we've talked about the long-acting reversible contraceptive methods, let us talk about the long-acting irreversible contraceptive methods. So first, they last long and they are not reversible. So one of them is the injectables. So injectables are progesterone that are injected into the body. And when this progesterone is injected into your body, it acts by preventing the ovary from releasing egg to be fertilized. So if the ovary does not release an egg, there will be no fertilization. What is being fertilized is the egg. Also, it also makes that mucus, the cervical mucus, to be very thick, such that prevents sperm from being able to swim through and to go and fertilize an egg. The good side of injectables is that it lasts long. Well, 2 months is long enough. 3 months is long enough. Another one is that once the injection is given, that is it. It's not like you're carrying an implant or a coil inside of you. Just an injection and that is it. It does not interrupt sex for the raw people. So, but then there are some disadvantages to it, and the major one is that it is irreversible. It's an injection. Once it's given, it is given. I do not know. Let me not say, because there are some medications that that counter other medications, but as much as I know, the contraceptive injections are irreversible. So that's, I'm starting from the small to the longer ones. Another long-acting, non-reversible or irreversible contraceptive method is tubal ligation. Tubal ligate, to ligate is to cut. So this involves tying up the fallopian tube. Yeah, and when you tie it up, it means that you've ligated, you've cut off. It's a tube normally, such that sperm can swim and pass through. But when you ligate, nothing. It's like you're cutting it off. This is irreversible, and it is usually advisable that you make sure you are very sure that you do not want to have kids anymore. That is it for tubal ligation. So the advantages of tubal ligation is that once it is done, it is done. You don't even have to keep repeating it. It does not interrupt sex. It has nothing to do with your hormones. Everything is okay. The only thing is that your fallopian tube has been cut off, ligated, tied up. Fertilization cannot take place. Implantation cannot take place, and you cannot get pregnant. So it's a lifetime thing, and you do it just once. You don't have to keep repeating it. Another one is that it does not interrupt sexual intercourse. There is nothing like it causes pelvic infection. Even though in the previous I told you that it is because you had infection when a uterine device is when it was inserted. That is why you might get a pelvic infection. So for this one, it has nothing to do with infection. So those are the good side. But then the disadvantage is that it is irreversible. You can't reverse it. In case you now change your mind, sometimes we think that, oh no, I've made this decision, but then some circumstances may warrant that you change your mind. When you change your mind, there's no going back on this. Also, it requires high skill. In fact, it's a surgical method. Yeah, so that is it for tubal ligation. Another long-acting, irreversible contraceptive method is the vasectomy, and this one is for the men. Finally, we've said one that has to do with men. So, like the name implies, vasectomy. So, the vas deferens is cut off. So, when I mean cut off, it's not like you're cutting it out. So, it is being sealed or blocked. And actually, the vas deferens is a tube in the male reproductive system that carries the sperm. It carries the sperm. Yeah. So, when it is blocked, when it is sealed, sperm can no longer travel along that tube. And when sperm does not travel, how does it? There will be no way fertilization will take place. This is actually an irreversible method, and it is advisable to make sure, just like tubal ligation, because you are sterilizing the man. Like tubal ligation, you're sterilizing the woman. You have to make sure that you do not want to have kids again. That no circumstance will make you change your mind, because it cannot be reversed. So the vasectomy, once it is done, it is done. But mind you, it does not mean that a man will not be able to perform sexually again. A lot of men, I've only seen very few, when I say few, very few men that have agreed to have a vasectomy. Men actually believe that it must be the woman. A lot of them will say, I've heard someone say that if a man gets sterilized, in his next world, he will become impotent. So you are not even thinking about the life you are in, you're thinking about the next life. How are you even sure there is another life? Well, let's keep the jokes apart. But the good thing is that the good side of vasectomy is that it is a lifetime thing. You don't have to repeat it again. And it is not as invasive as tubal ligation. It's a very simple thing. Yeah. And even when it has been done, a man will still be able to perform sexually, have sex, reach orgasm, will still ejaculate, but the fluid now will not contain sperm. That is the only difference. So please do not leave this load on your wife or your wives. Please go and consider vasectomy if you're very sure that you do not want to have kids anymore. Well, that is it for the long-acting irreversible contraceptive method, family planning method. Now let us go to the short-acting contraceptive methods. Number one is condom. I like this one. Why do I like this one? Because it has so much advantages. It does. And the disadvantage that people always talk about, I don't know where that one is coming from. So condom is a rubber. It stretches, and it is such that the men wear it over the penis before having sex. And what it does is that when a man ejaculates, it receives the ejaculate. So everything, the fluid that is ejaculated by the man, receives it and you dispose it. That way, nothing is released into the woman, no sperm, there will be no fertilization, there is no conception, absolutely nothing. Nothing has been put into your body to prevent, no hormonal, no copper, no injection. And aside that, the good side, the very, very good side of this condom is that it prevents infection. See, among all the contraceptive methods, this is the one that prevents infection. You're killing two birds with a stone. Yeah. So for those ladies that have so many sex partners, please, whenever you want to have sex, go and buy condom. Because some of these men will come to you and say, oh, I forgot. And you both are in the mood. Can you hear, oh, I forgot. Please give him one. It doesn't have to be the man that will buy it. A lot of them will forget. Protect yourself from getting pregnant when you do not want to and from having sexually transmitted infection. Go get your condom. Then the disadvantage is that a lot of people complain that they do not get the satisfaction they would normally get when they go raw as when they use a condom. Another disadvantage is that I think because it is made of latex, some people who are allergic to latex might not be able to use it. Yeah. Now, cost-wise, for all the contraceptive methods, if you are getting it by yourself, you have to pay for it. But in a lot of countries, in the UK, you get contraception, any of the family planning methods free. Please go to your GP surgery and tell them you want one. In Nigeria, actually, I am only saying the UK and Nigeria because these are the places I have lived. In Nigeria, please run to the nearest primary healthcare center and request for a family planning method. So they will speak to you, educate you, give you all the necessary information, and allow you to make a decision, and they will give it to you. And most of them are free. And if they are not free, the price will not be as much as when you go to a private hospital or clinic. Also, a lot of non-governmental organizations, they offer all of these for free. So if you want the IUD, the copper T, the IUS, the hormonal and non-hormonal long-acting reversible ones, you can have it free. Implants free, injections free, condoms free of charge. So please do yourself this favor, this huge favor. Do this, not just yourself, do your children this favor. Do a child this favor by not bringing them to this world to come and suffer. A lot is going on. The economy, the world economy is crazy at the moment. And consider your mental health. Have a child that you are capable, not just financially, because it's not just money. It's not just money. There are a lot of factors to put in to consider before deciding to have a child. The mental, the psychological, the financial, please do have the ones you are capable of having. You don't have to do a lot for kids, financial wise, even though you have to do a lot. But then, psychologically, mentally, socially, so spiritually, you have to do a lot. So please put all this into consideration. Make sure you are having a child. If you have a partner, make sure you are having a child and you both have agreed to have a child. Do not impose a child on a man who do not want to have one. Do not force a woman to have a child when she does not want to have one. If you are single and you feel you are capable, you're capable of having a child, of raising a child by yourself, there are so many ways to get one, but make sure you do everything legally. So this will be it for family planning. Thank you for going on this journey with me. It has been it's been fun going on this journey with you guys. 2025 onwards, we are having children that we want to have. We're having pregnancies that bring joy to us and not sadness. We are bringing children into the world that we will be able to look after. Don't bring a child to the world to suffer. I hope henceforth we will be able to have a fulfilling sexual life, one that is void of fear of getting pregnant, fear of getting an infection. All right, until then, stay safe. Bye.